Hello, my friends, Gary Goals and fellow poets. Welcome back to the channel. Not conversing with poets tonight. I have to apologize. I not long got back from a family gathering, and it's been a really busy weekend. So I never really got round to. Oh gosh. Let's change that framing real quick. I'm so underprepared as usual. Hello, my friends, Gary Goers and fellow poets. Yes, what was I saying? Hi, Ken. Hello, welcome. Hi, Mark. Hi, Genevieve. Hi, Danny. Hi, Dazzle. A poet. Hello, Delgo. Hello. Yes, hello, everybody. We're gonna have a informal Poets in the Shed live stream like we did a couple of weeks ago because, as I said, it's been such a busy weekend. I haven't really had chance to even think about the stream. Um, and then uh, the week was quiet. I had a quiet week. I took the week off other than two events. So, yeah, so we're just going to chill out. I'll try not to. I'll try. Last time we just chilled out, we ended up spending the whole stream talking about ghosts and the paranormal and stuff like that. I'll do my best to keep things on topic, and we'll try and talk about some things to do with poetry, but it's okay if we don't. We're just here to hang out and have a good time and chill out on a Sunday evening with each other, or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Um, but the rules still apply of conversing. We're still here to be respectful to each other. We won't talk politics or religion. Um, but otherwise, I guess we'll just kind of talk about everything else that's going on in the world and uh, let me just turn this heating off. Everything else that's going on in the world. Uh, so, how is everyone? Let's start with that. How has everyone's weekend been? What have you been up to? Have you been writing? I have penned a new poem. I penned a new poem on this time Monday. Monday. I penned a poem on Monday for my open mic on Tuesday. So, can you believe it? There is a new poem. What a week. How was everyone else's week? Yes, Danny, I know Danny and Mitch have had quite a tough week this week. Hi, Aaron. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're having a more relaxed session tonight. It's not a conversing with poets, even though we are poets and we are conversing, but it's not under the banner of what we usually do, just because it's been such a hectic weekend for me. I haven't had a chance to plan anything. I went to see Back to the Future the musical for the seventh time, I think it is. I need to stop telling people that now because it's it's becoming an issue, I think. But yeah, I went to see Back to the Future the musical again yesterday. Always a good time. If you ever have that in your city, if you're from New York or around there, it's on Broadway. If you ever if you're ever in London, it's on the West End. And it's also touring. I think it's touring in the UK, but it's definitely touring in the US as well. So if you get a chance and you like really light-hearted stuff, go and see that. Off to the gym in 30 minutes, but thought I'd see what you're up to today. Awesome, Aaron. Well, I'm glad that you dropped in, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. I finished a poem today. Nice, Mark. Well done. Revising some others. Nice. Excellent. Congrats, Mark, on finishing a new poem. I tried writing a poem about Adam inspired by a bluebird, but I am not happy. Yeah, well, thank you so much. I'm glad that I can inspire some poems. I don't know if I'm as uh, nice as a bluebird. I'm more like a pigeon or a seagull. I'm more of a pigeon or a seagull, I think. No, I'm just kidding. I'm allowed to put myself down, but people can never put themselves down. That's my rule. If you haven't hit that like button yet, by the way, please do hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It's completely free. It only takes a few seconds, but it does really help me. Look at that subscribe account. I don't know what happened this week. 1 minute we were on, literally, even after last week's stream, 1 minute we were sitting on 740, I think, 741. And within a day, we jumped up 20 subscribers. I don't know what happened, but we jumped up 20 subscribers to 70, and now we're nearly on 90. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, also, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 10,000 by the end of the year. I wish I was a poet. I mean, if you've written a poem, you are a poet. Pigeons are beautiful birds. Yeah, no disrespect to pigeons. I apologize. Pigeons did us a great service. We are the ones that domesticated them, and now we're treating them like vermin. How dare we? No disrespect to pigeons. Although seagulls are kind of rude, guys. At least the ones at beaches, they have no problem swooping down and taking the food right out of your hand. So pigeons are technically doves, and doves are fancy, so this is true. Well, then I'll stick to a seagull. I'm a seagull. Thank you, guys. Thank you. What's everyone else been up to over the weekend? Oh, I'm on top chat again. Let me move over to live chat. Let me see. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. What else has everybody been up to over the weekend? Um, has anybody else written some poems? All birds are good. Not all people are good. This is true. This is very true, Ken. This is very, very true. Has anybody else finished some poems or tweaked some, edited some, started but maybe not finished? Yeah, I finally written a new poem. But as I said on one of my members' videos, this may be the first poem I've ever written and thought I'm gonna keep this to myself. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. But for now, um, it's just gonna be kept here. I finished the first draft of a poem in my poetry sketchbook this week. Nice, a poet. Congratulations. Good work. Good work. Well done. I will try to polish my Adam poem. Awesome. And when it's done, you can send it to us. I may have a line for a new poem or a title. Don't know yet, but wrote it down this morning. Nice, Genevieve. Excellent. So the creative juices were flowing first thing this morning. I'm glad that I got you got something down. Nothing this weekend really. First yawn of the stream. I need a button on my stream deck to like up the counter. We need a yawn counter. Nothing this weekend, really just dreading each night. I'm so sorry, Danny. I'm so sorry. And the return to work tomorrow. Can we just flood the chat with some love hearts for Danny right now? And anyone else who just needs a bit of love. If there's anyone out there who needs a bit of love, then this is for you, but also especially for you, Danny. And for Mitch as well. There you go. Sad Adam had a bird. Sad Adam had a bird, kept locked in a cage. It was blue. One day it flew into a rage and broke Adam's cage. Now no longer locked, no longer blue. Now sad Adam, no longer sad, just Adam. Well, thank you very much, Ken. That's very nice. Thank you, Ken. And thank you, everyone who is spamming those love hearts in the chat right now for Danny and anyone else who may feel they need a little bit of love tonight. Uh, we send it to you, Gary Goals. Must be cool to sit in your shed on a Sunday evening. Sundays need to be valued. Yeah, Sundays used to be very valued, right? It used to be like considered God's day, the day of rest. Yeah, I love it. I love my Sunday streams. I look forward to it. Uh, second or third? Oh, little Danny, stay strong. Yeah, I look forward to it. I always feel really annoyed with myself that I never get round to if like tonight if I haven't gotten round to planning a stream for you guys. I feel bad and I go hard on myself, but I'll do anything. I'll go out of my way to try and hang out with you guys in the shed on a Sunday for sure. And if you're a cover, I'll go out of my way to hang out with you as well. We had our covers hangout yesterday, and it was me and Genevieve. Even though I was already out, I stepped out for a little bit and said hello to Genevieve and stuff. I do cherish it. I cherish this. I keep reacting to my lines of poetry after I write them in the same way I react to the wonderful intensity of Plath. Don't know if other people would react the same way. but I'm very happy. Oh, excuse me. Awesome. That's great. And hello, Chris. Good to see you. I didn't know you were there in the shadows, but welcome to the stream, Chris. Let me read that again. I keep reacting to my lines of poetry after I write them in the same way I react to the wonderful intensity of Plath. Don't know if other people would react the same way, but I'm very happy. Well, that is the main thing. As long as you're happy, um, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I know that's much easier said than done. I realize that. I get it. Think people are feeling more upbeat with the blue sky and sunshine lighter morning and evening. Yeah, it makes such a difference, doesn't it? I'm just trying not to spill coffee on myself. What a difference it makes when the sky is bright and blue and everyone's smiling and saying good morning. Well, at least where I go for walks, people do anyway. I used to write poetry, but never finished a project, so I gave up. One day I'll get back into it again. Ah, well, you're now, Sylvia Plath, Ken. If you're asking what Plath means, is a poet called Sylvia Plath. Aaron, now you've found a home of poets, a community of poets. We will all be your accountability partners, and hopefully we can get you back on track and writing poetry again. Definitely trying. It's so hard. We was hoping for a break in 2025 after a horrible 2024, but 3 months in and it's gone downhill. I'm so sorry, Danny. I'm so sorry, Danny, but we're all here. We're all here sending you love and best wishes. You can try short poems as a start. It might be easier. Yeah, this is true. This is a good point, a poet. If you can please yourself with your poetry. Sorry, guys. I wasn't even yawning, and then as soon as I hit stream, it's like, woo. And I'm drinking loads of coffee. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've drunk so much coffee that I'm crashing now. It has been a long day. It has been a long day. I haven't stopped. I haven't, I haven't actually rested all day, but that's okay. If you can please, if you complete, yep. I thought there was something I was reading. You've won the lottery. Yeah, Mark, you're absolutely right. And that's all that matters, you know. Again, I know it's easier said than done. Uh, but ultimately, if you're writing poetry and you're happy with it, that's great. If you release it and people don't like it, I know how hard that is. I get it. But ultimately, as long as you're happy. Yawns are contagious, bro. I'm sorry, John. Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm sorry if I'm sending my yawns out there across the globe. That's kind of a cool thought, though, isn't it? I yawn and then people catch it from like all different pockets of the world. What do you mean once you've yawned once, you don't stop yawning? Hi, is it an S? Hi, an S, N A. Welcome to the stream. I don't think we've seen you here. Welcome. Usually on Sunday nights, we do what's called Conversing with Poets, and we have very set topics to talk about. But I've had a very busy week, a very busy day. So we're just hanging out and kind of just shooting the breeze with friends and poets around the world. I'd love some finished projects. Well, we are going to hold it to you. We're going to hold it to you. We're going to hold you to it. I want my poetry to be emotive and evocative. I find them that way, but the real test would be how others react to my verse. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Who is everyone's favorite poet? How long do you spend on a poem until you're happy? Oh, good question. All right, so who is your favorite poet? Mine is this guy behind me, Shakespeare. I also have a statue here. I also have a bust outside the shed doors. But yeah, Shakespeare. But I have a few. I have a few. Hit the like. Thank you so much, Ken. Yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. It does genuinely really help. Who is everyone else's favorite poet? That's a good question, Aaron. I want to get to know you guys as well. Who's everyone else's favorite poet? How long do you spend on a poem until you're happy? That's like, there's a famous saying, and I heard it from the version I know came from John Cooper Clarke. I don't know if it's his quote or if he was quoting someone. But the phrase is a poem is never finished, merely abandoned. A poem is never finished, merely abandoned. Poe Wordsworth, Plath, nice, good choices, guys. Yeah, a poem is never finished, merely abandoned. But I've spent. So this poem I wrote on Monday, I wrote in an hour and a half. It's a first draft, but I'm pretty happy with it. Um, I haven't really looked at it through an editor's eyes yet, but I wrote it in an hour and a half. The first stanza came to me like that, and then a few lines in the second stanza came to me like that, and then I spent about an hour and or so um, filling in the middle. It's a bop. I did a short last week, not today, but last week's short video was on bops, and that's what I wrote. But also, I've spent weeks and weeks on a poem as well. So beware of paralysis by analysis. This is also true. You can over edit things, you can overthink things for sure. Um, but yeah, so it really depends on whether the muse is with me. I find I relate to John Ashbery, and I also appreciate good verse. What do you think of Bob Dylan as a poet? That's interesting. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else. What do I think of Bob Dylan as a poet? I love Hurricane, his song Hurricane, Blowing in the Wind. I like his lyrics. I like his lyrics. I don't know too much about him as a person until I watched oh until I watched A Complete Unknown. I'm going to put some channel merch on adamgary.co.uk/shop if you want one. Um, yeah, I don't know too much about Bob Dylan, but I do like his music, and I haven't really read or studied his lyrics, but I do know Hurricane's lyrics are very powerful. Uh, Girl from the North Country, I think that's the title of it, with Johnny Cash. I like the lyrics of that. Um, I really love Mr. Me walked in. I don't know what song that is. I don't know what song that is. Someone tell me what song that is. If you even heard what I was singing, I don't know. Sometimes the mic just cuts out because I was hum. I'm not a singer, guys. I'm not a singer, but I really like that song. The lyrics are how many years, how many paths must a man walk down before he's considered a man? Whatever song that is, I love the lyrics of that as well. Don't Think Twice, It's Alright is another great song. Yeah, great lyricist, absolutely. Girl on the Red River Shore, I'm not sure of that one. No pun intended. I don't know that one, I should say. You're impressed by a lot of rappers' wordplay? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Blowing in the Wind. That's it. Of course it is. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I really like the lyrics of that one. We do talk about lyrics and stuff quite often, and I guess it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand, doesn't it? But yeah, feel free to ask me questions because that's what's going to keep this stream going. So feel free to ask me more questions within reason, of course. Hiya, poet aficionados. Good Sunday to you, Adam. Doing chores, just hopped in. Hi, Jared. Always good to see you. Thank you so much for dropping in. And good luck with your chores. I really like Johnny Cash too. His lyrics remind me a lot of the folk ballads in English textbooks. Also, I really relate to his song Heart. Yeah, me too. A poet, me too. Lyrics are poetry, in my opinion, just a different subgenre. Yeah. Hi, Mythical Meter. Glad you could join us. Glad to you could join us. Sorry we missed you yesterday. Me and Genevieve hung out for a few minutes. We were chilling for a few minutes. But if there are any Covers here, just a reminder that we are now doing Covers Hangouts every Saturday, 7 p.m. UK time. It's going to be a lot like this, except we're all going to be on Zoom. We're all going to hang out and chill. So 7 p.m. every Saturday. Song lyrics are a form of non-classical poetry, as I've ranted about many times before. Homer was a bit of a beast. Homer, yes. Have you read Homer, Aaron? Have you read uh, the Odyssey, which we have coming in film form soon from Christopher Nolan, not Nola. There is an N at the end of that guy's name, Nolan. You've got, I've got Bob Dylan in my head now. I'm just sitting here going over and over the lyrics of Blowing in the Wind. I'll need to put the hangout on my calendar. No problem, Herb. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. The link is in the meetup section. The times they are a changing. That's another good one. I've read Odyssey, but not Iliad. I have a really nice cloth bound copy of Odyssey, but I don't have Iliad. Um, one day. Has anyone, out of curiosity, has anybody tried their hand at these new poetry forms that I'm doing as shorts, or even ones that aren't? I haven't made a short of yet. Has anyone been experimenting with form? I don't know why the arm is so prominent on the screen. Is it usually that prominent? Or am I just going crazy? It's lengthy. Yes, yes, indeed. I'm just singing Bob Dylan in my head now. Now I'm doing the times they are changing. Times they are changing. Crikey, can't master the old ones. Fair enough. I mean, they aren't easy. What's the word? They aren't easy. They're not digestible. I don't know. They aren't easily consumed. There it is. They're not easily consumed. Had fun the other week writing a tautogram. What? Oh, I haven't come across this. A tautogram where all the words of the poem start with the same letter. Okay, I haven't come across this one. A tautogram. Maybe I'll have to look that up. Let me write this down. Tautogram. The Song of the Reed Bed. Rumi is fantastic. Nice. Alliteration amok. Does anyone have a favorite device? Just because Mythical Meter mentioned alliteration, so I'm just wondering what your favorite devices are, guys. Obviously, we should use devices consciously and sparingly. We don't ever want to use them just for the sake of doing it. But what's your go-to device? What's your go-to technique? Alliteration amok. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Right. Yeah. You know me, guys. Mr. Slow over here. Metaphor. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be a staple of the poet's arsenal, right? Not arson. I mean, you could set fire to things with metaphors, I guess. Double entendre. Nice, Aaron. And I love saying that as well. Double entendre. Double entendre. Pathetic fallacy is always a good one to say as well. Pathetic fallacy. The M dash. I find similes so much easier than metaphors, yeah. And there's always such a thin line. There's always a thin line between metaphors and similes. And when people are like, what's the difference? Even I get confused trying to explain it because I'm like, a metaphor is this, and then I end up explaining similes or the other way around, vice versa. Metaphorical fires, one might say. There you go, Genevieve. You've got it. You've got it. Set metaphorical fires with metaphors. Maybe I'll during the break I might go in and get a collection, an anthology, and maybe I'll read some poems in part two if you guys are interested in that, if that's what you guys want. Illusion. Illusion. Genevieve, yes. A bad metaphor can be difficult to understand. You end up sounding like Anthony Kiedis. Anthony Kiedis. I'm not aware of Anthony Kiedis. I don't think I'm aware of Anthony Kiedis. I've used extended alliteration so that I can fill a whole line with them. I've used extended alliteration so that I can fill a whole line with them. Nice, Mark. And ultimately, I say like we gotta use our technique sparingly and consciously, but ultimately the most important thing when writing poetry is that we're having fun. At least I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, and it's great to experiment and have fun with all these different stuff. So don't let me don't be put off by me saying that. Go wild, guys. Be crazy. A simile is when you compare something to something else. A metaphor is when you call it something else. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Metaphors actually don't usually use the word. Yeah, you're absolutely right, a poet. But somehow I still get confused. Ah, okay, the lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was literally talking about Red Hot Chili Peppers just last night with my friends. Thanks, a poet. Whilst we was having some delicious chicken, southern fried chicken. No, it wasn't last night. It was the night before. Sorry, it was the night before. As I said, it's been a busy weekend. It's been a busy weekend. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I've been writing a lot of metaphor recently. That's awesome. That's always a good thing. Given the geopolitical situation, yeah, there are some things you can't say in social media. Yeah, it's getting wild, but we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that, even though it's getting increasingly difficult, but we can't talk about that. Great band, but a lot of the lyrics are nonsense metaphors, yeah. Ding 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 ding, something like that. For me, ever since a week, for me, ever since a week a few years ago, for me, ever since a week a few years ago, alliteration has been uncontrollably seeping into my poetry, especially sibilants, alliteration or consonants with S. Nice, a poet. I love that. Hi, Mitchell Malone is in the house. Welcome, Mitchell, to the live stream. We're just hanging out. We're not talking about ghosts this time. We're actually talking about poetry, which is great because normally I go completely off on a tangent about everything but poetry with these style of streams. But I'm being a good boy. We're on topic. But welcome, Mitchell. I've had a few friends sidelined from SM in the past couple of weeks. Oh, social media. Somebody please come up with a metaphor on the spot, please. Oh, you're asking a lot. A metaphor on the spot. Go on then, guys. A metaphor on the spot for poets in the shed. Sibilance is cool. I'm currently at work, so I'll drop in and out, but I'm here. Awesome, Mitchell Malone. The orange haze settles over the council. Wow. Bam, bam, ba-dam, 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 bam. You guys are just mentioning songs and then they're just in my head for the rest of the stream until someone else mentions a different song. And then I'll just move on to that one. I'm like a I'm like a jukebox tonight. The jukebox seagull. I had American Pie rattling around. Interesting. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. That one or the movie? My favorite, two very different things. And by the movie, I don't mean. No, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Mrs. Robinson. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Yep, the song. My favorite device is the narrative. Most of my poems have some kind of progression, even if it isn't technically a story. I often use repetition to help it. I also like semantic fields. Nice. What does that mean, Mythical M? Yep, the song. I'm off to the gym. Take it easy, guys. No worries. Have a good workout, Aaron. All the best. That's the power of music. And then I was thinking of Huey Lewis and the Machines because in Venice, I did only just see Back to the Future, the musical, yesterday. Once it's there, it doesn't go away. Yeah, yeah, that's true. If you live in Canada, you still understand. Bam, bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, bam. You will understand. Dum, 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 dum. I meant orange haze. The orange haze. I will let Mythical Meter explain it, but I think I understand, but I might not. So I'll let Mythical Meter explain. And if you have any other questions, throw them in the chat because that's what's gonna keep the stream going. So feel free to ask any questions. Favorite movies, favorite songs. Let's do that. What's everyone's favorite songs? What's everyone's favorite movies? I know it's such a difficult question to answer because it depends, right? Depends when you're being asked. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not difficult. Maybe there are people in the chat that absolutely know what their favorite film and their favorite song is, and their favorite poems as well. Let's not forget poetry. Does anyone have a favorite poem that they know for sure? I just asked a lot of questions. But favorite song, favorite movie, favorite poem. No, picking one is too hard. I know, Genevieve. It's very mean of me. It's very mean of me. But I want to know. I want to know. What's the first thing that came to mind? That's the one right now. It may change. It may change, and that's okay. But what was the first song, first film, and first poem that came to mind when I asked? I think I don't know if I've ever said my favorite film and my favorite song. I don't even know. I genuinely not sure what my favorite song is, actually. I never really thought about it. My favorite films would have to be Back to the Future. That's always up there. Back to the Future. One of my favorite poems that pops into my head periodically, and I think I've known for a long time, is Harlem by Langston Hughes. Excellent. Nice. Radhika Das. Nice. My yeah, my favorite poems. I have three favorite poems, and I mentioned them in my recent video. Who was paying attention? Who can tell me what they were? Robert Frost stopping by a wood on a snowy evening, of course, absolutely. What are my favorite films? Back to the Future. Back to the Future. I love the Harry Potter series. Uh, I like Whiplash, if anyone's seen Whiplash. 21 Pilots. I remember you saying a poet. Have we had this conversation before, or did it just come up naturally? I remember you saying 21 Pilots. Leave the City was my favorite for a while. Favorite movie is Star Trek First Contact or maybe Inception. Nice, nice. Yeah, Back to the Future, Harry Potter films, Whiplash. Just trying to think of the films I've seen over and over again. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Nice. Favorite song, Adagio of Samuel Barber. Platoon, Scarface, nice classics. The Second Coming of Yeats. Movie City of Angels. Cartoon BFG, nice. Song Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. It has a special place in my heart. They were all great poems, Adam. Thank you. Absolutely, yeah, they are. They're my three favorite poems at the moment. But Sonnet 18 is also up there too. Sonnet 18 wasn't in that video because it didn't technically change my perspective on anything other than love is great. Um, nice. You're a legend. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl Dazzle in the dark. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I've forgotten what I was saying now. Oh yeah, Sonnet 18 wasn't in that video, though it is one of my favorite poems. They were all great poems. Fave movie, Yellow Beard. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Yep, that's the one. Van Morrison. Nice. Great song. Yes, at the moment, always in all things. Yeah. I'm still singing Californication. I think that's Californication anyway. Ding, 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 ding. Maybe that's not Californication and I've just embarrassed myself. What's my favorite song? That's such a difficult one. Songs for me, favorite songs change all the time. I'll Fields of Barley. That's an interesting one. That's a great song though. Fields of Barley. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. That one. Along the fields of barley. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean theme for tango dancing. I never thought of that was interesting. Yeah, I never expected that afterwards. But yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean theme is pretty epic. I love it. Favorite poems, Lady Lazarus, Somewhere I Have Never Traveled. Not sure. I don't know if I've read that one. Somewhere I've Never Traveled. Introduction to Poetry, probably others too. My favorite piece of classical music is Beethoven Symphony 7. Nice. I was the only granddaughter on both sides of the family with brown eyes. Aw, and the only daughter to have brown eyes too. Am the brown-eyed girl of my family. Nice. That is cute, Genevieve. Yeah, that's cute. On the fields of barley. So, do you guys want me to bring back an anthology after the break? Should I bring back an anthology and just read some random poems to you? I can bring that collection I spoke about in that video, poems that make grown men cry and poems that make grown women cry. They're my favorite anthologies. Old time rock and roll. Check out Fields of Barley by Eva Cassidy. Incredible. You guys are awesome. We have such a great mix amongst us. There's such a great mix amongst us. It's good to see. Indeed, you should. Don't know why I did that. Why not? I had great fun on Tuesday at my open mic. So we have a tradition at my open mic event where if a poet gets onto the mic and says, "We have a new, I've brought a new poem with me tonight," or "This is a new poem," right? We all shout, "Ooh, shiny!" Everyone loves it. It's a great thing. And we started a new tradition this week, where when I'm introducing the headliner, when it's time to bring the headliner on stage, we do a Mexican wave. Why? Because Adam Gary thought, why not? And it was great, and everyone enjoyed it. And so now that's a new tradition. Every month we're going to do a Mexican wave whenever we bring the headliner on stage. Anyone read or reading the new novel in verse called The Layman Trilogy by Stefano Massini? No, I haven't heard of this, Mark. Could you tell us a little bit more? I don't know too much about this. Jukebox Seagull is now singing Fields of Barley. So I think every 2 minutes someone's just gonna have to put a random song in the chat just so I've got a new song. I've got a fresh song going over in my mind. But no, definitely tell us more about that, Mark. I've not heard of that. The Lehman trilogy. Lechman trilogy. We'll wait to hear more about that from Mark, and then I guess we'll go on a quick break. We'll go on an early break. Again, this is a really relaxed stream tonight. We're just hanging out, so no expectations. So we can hear more about this book of verse, novel in verse. Then we'll take a quick 5 minute break, and I'll go and get some poetry collections and bring them back, and uh, and read them to you. In fact, while we wait for Mark, I'm just going to put something in my mods chat. Sorry, guys, 1 second. I'm just putting a message in my mods chat. Oh, it didn't send. Has anyone else heard of this book of verse, novel of in verse called the Lechman trilogy? Has anyone else actually heard of this? Brand new. It's absolutely fabulous. Excellent. It's about Jewish culture and how a young man comes over from Europe and has to change his name to reflect the European name in an American version. Nice. Just a shame it'll end when if me and Mitch have a daughter because we both have brown eyes. But you get to pass that on. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So let's take a 5 minute break. Let's top up on our coffees. Let's do whatever we got to do for 5 minutes. And when we come back, I'm going to read some poetry to you guys. So let's do that. We do now have a coffee emoji. I'm the OG. Yeah, you're the OG. We do now have a coffee emoji. So feel free to use that if you like. I don't know. But back in 5, everyone.
Ow.
Okay. Oh, this is probably not the best idea, but there are too many wires in here for this to be a good idea. But I thought I would bring Harry in for the stream if he'll be a good boy and he'll just sit. Come on this side. There you go. Lay down. Down. Okay. Hopefully this works. I don't know if it will. Hopefully it will work. But yes, Harry. I thought it might be nice to have Harry on stream. That's a dog, not a poetry anthology. Oh, my bad. My bad. Can you guys hear me okay still? Because the mic isn't so close to us. I don't know. I thought I would. Yeah, this is why he doesn't come on streams. I thought it might be a nice little treat to show you guys Harry and let Harry be involved in the next part of the stream. So, hello everyone. Let me know that you're back. Let me know that you're back from the break, and we'll get started. I've brought 3 poetry books collections with me. So, can you guys hear me okay? There's something up there he can smell. How's my good boy? He's good. He's good. So we've got Genevieve back. We've got Danny back. I nearly said Genevieve. Genevieve, Menevieve. Hi, Ken. Okay, Ken's back. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. I've brought some really special stuff out. I know that someone said that they've also got copies of these Poems That Make Grown Men Cry, and I got Poems That Make Grown Women Cry. Really, really great anthologies. I'm always singing their praises. If anyone is just starting out on their poetry journey, these are the 2 collections I recommend, as well as a few other craft books and stuff. But I do have something. Okay, I do have something. Uh, oh, I picked up the wrong collection. I've picked up the wrong collection. I'm going to read some of Genevieve's poems a little bit later, but I've picked up the wrong one by accident. Oh gosh. Here. We can hear you all good, by the way. Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you. Yes. I bought on your advice, Adam. Nice. I'm glad. I hope you like them, Ken. I hope you're getting a lot from them. It's warm in here, Harry, huh? Let me turn the heater off. So, let's read some poetry, and then I'm going to have to quickly jump back inside and find Genevieve's poem because I brought the wrong one out. That's my bad. But to begin with, I think I've got some pages folded down. I've got some pages folded down because I used to take this to online open mics and stuff where we would just read random poems. And all right, let's start with this one. Look forward to you reading. So if you have the book and you want to read along, that would be kind of cool, huh? That would be kind of cool. The book is literally falling apart. I don't know if you can see that because I read from it so much. But this is I Am. Thank you, Harry. I Am by John Clare, and it's on page 31. Or at least the poem is on page 32, sorry. So I am, yet what I am, none cares or knows. My friends forsake me like a memory lost. Hang on. Do you want to lay down, Harry? Are you trying to lay down? You can lay down. You can lay down. Because your paw is. You can lay down. Lay down. I'll start again in a second. I thought he was trying to lay down. No, you can't go down there. There's too many wires. All right. There's a good boy. Good boy. Okay, I am. I am. Yet what I am, none cares or knows. My friends forsake me like a memory lost. I am the self-consumer of my woes. They rise and vanish in oblivion's host, like shades in love and death's oblivion lost. And yet I am, and live with shadows tossed into the nothingness of scorn and noise, into the living sea of waking dreams, where there is neither sense of life nor joys, but the vast shipwreck of my life's esteems. And e'en the dearest, that I loved the best, are strange, nay, rather stranger than the rest. I long for scenes where man hath never trod, a place where woman never smiled or wept, there to abide with my Creator God, and sleep as I in childhood sweetly slept, untroubling and untroubled where I lie, the grass below, above the valued sky. Sorry, Danny told me Harry joined, so I had to drop all and join again. Work can wait. Adam and Harry is more important now. Here he is. Here's my lovely boy. Okay, so that was I am. Let me see if there are other corners folded down. I mean, there definitely are. What do we got? Oh, I like this one, but again, it's really sad, which makes sense, right? Hence the poetry collection. Yeah, Christina Rossetti. I love this is probably my favorite Rossetti poem, and it's Remember. It's very famous, so you guys probably know this. Remember. Remember me when I am gone away, gone far away into the silent land, when you can no more hold me by the hand, not I half turned to go, yet turning stay. Remember me, when no more day by day you tell me of our future that you planned. Only remember me, you understand, it will be late to counsel then or pray. Yet if you should forget me for a while, and afterwards remember, do not grieve, for if the darkness and corruption leave a vestige of the thoughts that once I had, better by far you should forget and smile than that you should remember and be sad. What page? Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. So that was 38. Remember by Christina Rossetti. Page 38. I think I'll do a couple more because I think Harry wants to get out, to be honest. I don't think he's comfortable. Are you, boy? Oh, do not go gentle into that good night. Forward by Benjamin Zephaniah. Um, the poem is by Dylan Thomas. This is page 150. I'll read the foreword by Benjamin Zephaniah because he's a great poet that we've spoken about a lot on the channel. So let me read the foreword as well. Benjamin Zephaniah said, I don't really have a connection to this poem. Thomas wrote it while his father was dying, but I didn't know my father was dying while it was happening. And when I heard that he had died, my reaction was minimal. I was actually in my 30s when I discovered this poem, and it touched me on two levels. First, it is a brilliant example of a villanelle, a very difficult poetic form. Dylan Thomas packs so much emotion into it, and not a word is wasted. But it is not the form that moves me to tears. It's the love I can feel that he has for his father, the desperation in his voice as he is willing his father to live. He is grabbing his father with his words and shaking him, pleading with him not to fade, but to rage. I haven't talked to a therapist about this, but there might also be something here about his having the kind of love for his father that I never had for mine. And this is the poem. Do not go gentle into that good night. Again, it's a poem we've spoken about a lot on the channel. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning they, do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men, who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learn, too late, they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Brave men, near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on that sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Harry's pushing the mic a little bit further. Hi, class. Oh, I actually made it. The time has changed. We're about an hour in. That is another favourite. It's because our time has changed and his hasn't yet. Yes, as far as I'm aware, my time hasn't changed just yet. That is another favourite. All right, I'll do a couple more. And then I'll take Harry back in because he's unsettled. Probably because he's got my bloody voice right in his ear. And I'll grab Genevieve's chapbook as well. Okay, so page 234. Page 234. Love After Love by Derek Walcott. And the foreword is by Tom Hiddleston. Loki, but I won't read that. So, Love After Love. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each smile. I'll start again, sorry. This boy's restless. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit. Feast on your life. Alright, Harry's trying to make the great escape. You can't go down there, boy. You're going to pull all the wires out. That was a great poem. Thanks for reading. No problem. My little Harry boy is trying to escape. So we won't take 5 minutes, I don't think. I hope not. We won't take 5 minutes, but I am going to run the back soon screen again, just so I can, off camera, I can take this boy back inside and I can grab Genevieve's chapbook as well. So, give me a second, guys.
now.
Okay, that was eventful. That was fun. Trying to get him out. He's like a fully developed dog now. He's getting heavier and heavier, and I forget how heavy he actually gets, or he's actually gotten. So, oh, we got a subscriber whilst I was away. Lots of love for that. 790. That is a nice number. Okay, so Harry's gone, but it was nice to have him on the channel for a little while. He's gotten a big boy. Um, I think the last time he was on the channel and not a members video was when he was really, really small. So now I do have the wonderful chat book by Genevieve, which I'll come to, called Creative Wonderlust. But before I do that, we've done poems that make grown men cry. So now I'm gonna do poems that make grown women cry. Um, Ultimately, I'm not sure. Um, great poems are great poems and stuff like that. There might be a few that are definitely. Oh, look, there's Grow Old With Me by John Lennon. This poem, there you go. We're talking about lyrics and stuff. So here we go. I just stopped on this randomly. This poem is the last song my husband John, this is Yoko Ono, my husband John Lennon wrote. He wrote it with a golden brush of sunset. Love that. And I read it through tears without end. And this is Grow Old With Me. Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be. When our time has come, we will be as one. God bless our love. God bless our love. Grow old along with me. Two branches of one tree. Face the setting sun. When the day is done. 204, Ken, sorry, 204. When the day is done. God bless our love. God bless our love. Spending our lives together, man and wife together. World without end. World without end. Grow old along with me, whatever fate decrees. We will see it through, for our love is true. God bless our love. God bless our love. And that's Grow Old With Me by John Lennon. Sorry, Ken, I keep forgetting to give you the page number. That would certainly be an eventful end to the stream. What, Harry just ripping everything out? All right. I'm just doing this randomly. I'm just doing this randomly. So this is page 197. Well, the full word is 197, so the poem will be on 198. And this is Verses from My Room by Susanna Tomalin. Verses from my room. When you come looking for me, I'll be gone. Time is laid waste where waiting has been done. Though you might find forever and to spare and bring it to me, I will not be there. I heard you call me once, so calm and clear, as children call each other by their names. Adults avoid such touching telling games and only say what everyone may hear. Listening is lonely only in the dark. People and business and the day obscure, persistent shadows, if they cannot cure creases where thought and word have left their mark. Flatten your nose against the window pane. Knock at the door, then open it with care. You'll find a book left open on a chair, thrown on the bed, my coat still wet with rain. Some shoes piled in the corner and a pen dropped from a pocket lying on the floor. Maybe a photo in an open drawer will catch your eye and make you smile, and then perhaps you'll speak. Although it is absurd to ask a question of such emptiness, you'll make your invitation and address a place as pointless as a voiceless word. When you come looking, I'll be far away. Will you be puzzled? What, I wonder? Say in your bewilderment. Will you know why I went and didn't wait to say goodbye? It helps. No, that's cool that you can read along. Ezra Pound. Spring too long, Gongula. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I'm just trying to find The Song of Wandering Angus. Nope. Ah, I Took My Power in My Hand by Emily Dickinson. I love to read along. Yeah, absolutely. So the foreword is on 65. The poem is on 66. I took my power in my hand. I took my power in my hand and went against the world. 'Twas not so much as David had, but I was twice as bold. I aimed my pebble, but myself was all the one that fell. Was it Goliath? Was was it Goliath? Was too large, or was myself too small? Oh, we got 91 now. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Dazzle, for showing me. All right. I just want to show everyone and read from uh, Genevieve's chat book. I don't know if Genevieve is comfortable me saying how Genevieve and I met. If I haven't already said that on the channel, I don't remember. But um, I met Genevieve doing a workshop in one of my workshops, and since then, Genevieve has joined, obviously, the channel, as you guys can tell, and also the Poetry Cove. And in September, we did an event which was the brainchild of Mythical Meter, who is already here. Okay, so promoting passion, I was. There was a week-long event, and I was a speaker and facilitator there, and Genevieve was there. And then from that, Genevieve got involved with the Poetry Cove and the channel and stuff like that. And as I was saying, in September, we did an event called Poco Chatmo, which is the brainchild of Mythical Meter, who is also here. So this exists because of you, Mythical Meter. And essentially, Mythical Meter was doing pretty much a prompt every day. And I think I only did a prompt Mondays and Thursdays, but all the other days was Mythical Meter. So it was really intensive. But there was a lot of poets who walked away with a chapbook at the end of the month. And in fact, I picked up the wrong one originally. This is another one um, by someone we know called Sarah. Uh, this is called Buried in Brambles. So yeah, most people walked away with a chapbook, and I thought it would be really, really nice for the channel to hear. We also had wildcard weekends, yes, and we had wildcard weekends. It was a really great time. And I thought it would be really nice for you guys to hear some of Genevieve's poetry. So I'm going to do, of course, already said on on this stream that my favorite poet is Shakespeare. So the first poem I'm going to read is After Shakespeare. A heavier task could not have been imposed than to figure out how to write this poem. With all this language, we should be predisposed. But what to write next, I don't know 'em. Or should that be gnome? Of course, these shadows have offended, running circles in my head like a nightmare. My plans for good and decent, and then they're marked out, poetry have been upended. At the blank white page I did stare. I scribbled some notes, not to be dramatic, but nothing quite hit the damned spot. Sorry for the language, it was quite emphatic. But what is this poem to be, or not? To be perfectly frank, this poem needs to end. So please, my friend, if you pardon, we will mend. Or else, Puck scratched out, me a liar call, and so good night unto you all. As a Shakespeare fan and buff, I appreciate all the little references. But that was After Shakespeare by our very own Genevieve. So please put a round of applause in the chat. Please flood the chat with a round of applause and some love. And I will find the next poem. In fact, I want to check out Diving In. Yeah, thank you very much. Was one of the Poco Chatmo stars. Absolutely. Excellent, Genevieve. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing the love. So this is Diving In. This is the last book of the chapbook. Diving In. Mind races as the butterflies have escaped my stomach, filling every inch of my chest. A barely contained bundle of nerves stifled in my throat. Heart beating so fast, it feels like a shudder. Body buzzing on a subatomic level. Standing here, excitement and fear don't feel that different. Unclear if it even matters anymore. Barely balanced, feeling free, fully trusting something will catch me. Remember when your fearlessness was your strength? When that abandon only came with a few small bruises? Not to be reckless, yet I let my balance teeter. Compelled by curiosity, I surrender to the pull. For the briefest of moments, time stretches towards eternity. And from here, the view is beautiful. Oh, so proud of you, Genevieve. That was Diving In. I'm proud of all of you guys. I'm proud of everyone that took part of Poco Chapmo. Creative Crossroads. I wonder, Genevieve, if there is a poem in particular that you would like me to read. If there is, let me know. Um, Otherwise, I will go with A Quiet Farewell. Sorry, is a chap book. So CHAPBOOK is a thing. They are like miniature collections. Some people call 70 poems a chapbook. For me, I think that borders on collection, I guess. But for me, a chapbook is anywhere between 10 to I would say personally 10 to 25 poems is a chapbook. Thank you, and you are reading the ones I would have probably chosen, so carry on. Okay. Um, A Quiet Farewell. This is a smaller one. We whisper goodbye to not wake those resting here, deep in their dreams as calendar pages like sleeves fall from the tree on this night. And then the last one I'll read is Dark Stars. Also, hang on. It's wonderfully hand stitched. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up, but it's wonderfully hand stitched. Really well crafted, Genevieve. I'm very impressed. Dark Stars. Be wary of where they guide you. Sky clear, so full of light, but follow them too far, you'll get lost within the night. Lost now when you call for them, twinkling no longer within your sight. They've vanished into miasmic? Miasmic mist. What a word. Great. Miasmic. I'm not sure what that means. I'll start again. Be wary of where they guide you. Sky clear, so full of light, but follow them too far, you'll get lost within the night. Lost now when you call for them, twinkling no longer within your sight. They've vanished into miasmic mist, and so you'll get lost within the night. Day no longer seems to break, the stars don't shine so bright. Be wary of where they guide you. I fear you'll get lost within the night. And that is from Creative Wonderlust by Genevieve, everybody. A big round of applause, please. And lots of love in the chat. Congratulations, Genevieve. It's a really great chapbook. I'm so proud of you and very well put together. Wow, I love the chapbook. Yeah, it's amazing. And Genevieve, if anyone can grab a chapbook, feel free to promote it. Any links in the chat you can throw in, please do. Ah, okay. Characterized by an oppressive and unpleasant atmosphere. Fantastic. It's almost like a zen. I'm just catching up on chat real quick. Class is another star. Yeah, absolutely. Class was rocking it too. Okay, let me read a few more from grown women, and then I guess we'll call it a day. I guess we'll call it a day there. Lord Byron. So we'll go no more a roving by Lord Byron. Why not? So we'll go no more a roving so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself have rest. Though the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a roving by the light of the moon. So sorry, Ken. Page 32, even though I've just finished. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. No, no. Ulysses. No. Come on. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Sonnets from the Portuguese. And now it's testing my Roman numerals. I believe this is called 28, but it's on page 53. So, um, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. My letters, all dead paper, mute and white, and yet they seem alive and quivering against my tremulous hands, which loose the string and let them drop down on my knee tonight. This said, he wished to have me in his sight, once as a friend. This fixed a day in spring to come and touch my hand, a simple thing, yet I wept for it. This, the paper's light, said, Dear, I love thee, and I sank and quailed as if God's future thundered on my past. This said, I am thine, and so its ink has paled with lying at my heart that beat too fast. And this, O love, thy words have ill availed, if what this said I dared repeat at last. Beautiful. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, my bad. All right, I'll read one more. I'll read one more. Ooh, lots of Emily Dickinson coming up. No, I want to get out of this section. Hang on, let me go to the contents page and see if anything catches my attention. Da 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 da. Charge of the Light Brigade. Sorry for the dead space. Oh, class retracted a message. I just want to find a really good one to end on. If You Forget Me by Pablo Neruda. I want a really good one to end on. Like a zine. Yes, yes, exactly. The Ballad of True Regret. Ooh, zine. Come on. All right. The Last Part by Deborah Keeley, page 250. Uh, I don't know. I don't know this poem, but hopefully it's a good one to end on and send us on our way. The Last Part. Nope. I don't want to read that one. I mean, it is a poem about making people cry, but I want what to end on a nice one, not one about uh, saying goodbye, the eternal goodbye. If anyone can think of a poem that would be really great to end on, let me know. This one is almost falling apart. This book, the spine is not a happy. Read one of mine. I don't have any out here. I don't have any out here. Any of my books, only the old stuff that I really don't like my old stuff. I know my message, the message of the early hours is don't kill your darlings, but yeah. And I'm not going to read the one that I read. I'm not going to read the new one that I wrote on Monday. I've got a poem here, if I could tell you, and I think we'll go with this by Alden, W.H. Alden, page 120 of Poems That Make Grown Men Cry, and then we'll say goodnight. If I could tell you, I really hope it's not too sad. Again, it's a book of really emotional poems, so if I could tell you, time will say nothing but I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. If we should weep when clowns put on their show, if we should stumble when musicians play, time will say nothing but I told you so. There are no fortunes to be told, although, because I love you more than I can say, if I could tell you, I would let you know. The winds must come from somewhere when they blow. There must be reasons why the leaves decay. Time will say nothing but I told you so. Perhaps the roses really want to grow. The vision seriously intends to stay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Suppose the lions all get up and go, and the brooks and soldiers run away. Will time say nothing but I told you so? If I could tell you, I would let you know. I guess my Nature's Secrets is happy. I don't think you read it on stream yet. I can if you want to. If you want to send it to me real quick, put it in the mods chat. I can read it for sure. And then that'll be the last one. And then we'll say goodnight. I don't know what's going on with this arm. I don't know if I'm imagining it, but it seems so like prominent on the screen. I don't remember it being that prominent. And finally, Lead you through the streets of London. If I could take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I don't know. What other books do I have? These are just craft books. Not that you can see them because things are building up back there in front of them all. I haven't looked at it in a while, so can't actually remember if it's the final edit. But yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, I think it got cut off. I'll start reading it and then hopefully, Danny, you can send me the second half because it's been cut off. So, what's it called? Nature's Secrets by Danny. Behind an ordinary door in an ordinary brick wall, hidden by a blanket of ivy, lies nature's secrets. Undisturbed and undiscovered until now, as I glance around at the rainbow of colours before me, an immense sense of calm takes over. Radiant reds of the singing robins, bright breast and thriving roses, youthful yellows of the fluffy bumblebees and happy sunflowers, perfect pinks of wiggly worms dancing in the soil and rows of petite tulips, gentle greens of the noisy frogs, and the overgrown grass, trees, shrubs, and bushes. Oh, obstreperous. Wow, you guys are putting me through my paces tonight. Obstreperous oranges of the shy fox that watches from a distance in the swaying marigolds and carnations in the spring breeze. Playful purples of the butterflies that gracefully fly through the sky, and the bold lavender and violets along each wall, and the beautiful blues of the kingfisher and the blue tit who dances around the crystal clear pond that shimmers in the light. If only I could stay behind that ordinary door in the ordinary brick wall, hidden by a blanket of ivy, to take in all of nature's secrets. Nice. A round of applause and lots of love in the chat for Danny, please. I was reading it. It's my eyes. I think I might need to get an eye test, but hopefully I didn't butcher that. What was that word? Obstreperous. I'm going to have to look that one up as well. Obstreperous. What a word. Great stuff. Thank you so much, Danny. Let's get lots of love in the chat for Danny and applause. And on that note, I will have to say good night for now. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with me. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button. Sorry that we didn't do it in the form of conversing with poets. As I said, it's been such a busy weekend that I didn't have time to plan it. But we will do a conversing with poets next week. If you're a cover, don't forget that Poetry Cove Hangouts are every Saturday at 7 p.m. UK time. We had one yesterday, and it was just me and Genevieve for a little while, but that's okay, no worries. Do feel free to join us next week, and yeah. Good night, everyone.
Wow.